Hi and welcome to my podcast. My name is Ida and this is a podcast about knitting. I just put my daughter in front of the TV with some snacks and hopefully that's gonna give me 20-25 minutes of peace while I do this recording. I never know. She may barge in and there may be a lot of interruptions, but yeah, and you may also be able to hear the TV. I hope not, but she's right next door. So yeah, welcome. I live in Denmark with my husband and our daughter who is 4, and my husband's daughter who is 12, and we are expecting another baby very, very soon. So yeah, it's crazy. We're moving soon as well, so it's a little crazy, but I really wanted to get a podcast recorded before all the craziness starts. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get started. I am wearing my newest finished object, which is this. I mean, I really like this one. Normally these are not my colors, but for some reason I'm just really happy with this one. This is the Wednesday sweater by Petite Knit. I knit this in a strand of 100% wool from WOOLapyk, and I think it's called Lima from WOOLapyk. So that's the black one, and then the sort of multicolored neon yarn that you see is my own hand-dyed yarn in the Disco Fever colorway. I did a lot of alternating of skeins of this silk mohair because it just really wants to stripe. As you can probably see, it's just dyed in a way that it wants to stripe, which is fine, but since it would be fine if I knitted a square because that would be completely uniform all over, but because there are a lot of different increases, decreases, obviously the sleeves are narrower than the body, it just looked weird because then some places there are stripes, some places there weren't. So I tried to really make it look as random as possible, which is quite hard when you try to make it look random. But I'm really happy with the result. I ended up frogging the first part here because of the striping. I think it looks a lot better now. I have omitted the turtleneck. This is originally knit with a turtleneck. I do not like wearing turtlenecks at all. Both because I get really hot. Well, it's not like I'm a hot person, if that makes sense, but I feel like if you have a turtleneck, it's more limiting in this way that you can wear it because it does have to be quite cold both inside and outside to wear it. At least that's how I feel. But I also feel a little claustrophobic when I have a turtleneck around my neck. I don't know, I just don't like it. So I omitted that. I just made like a, I guess you could call it like a high neck maybe, which I'm really happy about. I also knitted the sweater a size smaller because it's the pattern is oversized, so it's supposed to be oversized, but I didn't want it to be too oversized, so I knit medium. I was supposed to knit a medium. I knitted a small, and I really like that fit. It's still not a tight fitting sweater at all. I don't know if you can see, it's quite loose still. Has a split hem, and obviously because of the belly it's quite hard to see what it fits or see how it fits, but yeah, I really like the fit. I like the sleeves, they're a bit oversized. The sleeves are quite long, as you can see. Yeah, so it took me a while to knit, but that's just how it is with me. It takes me a while to knit sweaters. The gauge is 15 stitches per 10 centimeters, so it's not, I mean, it's quite a fast sweater, especially considering that I was knitting it less oversized than it was supposed to. But I'm really happy. My goal was to have it done before I gave birth to the baby, because I just thought it would be such a cozy sweater to wear when hugely pregnant. So, and it is. So I've been wearing it today for the first time. I really like it. So I also really like this, generally this drop shoulder style, for me at least. I just like the fit on me. I think, I don't know if it's more feminine, but yeah, I just like how it looks on my body type. So that was the Wednesday sweater by Petite Knit. Just gonna take something to drink. I have 3 more finished drop yards, which are, well, not baby knits, all of them, but I guess related to kids, because I knit this little guy for my daughter. He's so cute. She got this for Christmas. I actually finished up like sewing on the teeth and the arms and everything 2 hours before we had to leave to celebrate for Christmas. So but I made it in time. She could not, honestly could not care less about this. I don't know, it's just, she loves stuffed animals, but I guess this one just doesn't really, yeah, she's not interested in it, which is fine. I mean, the baby can always have it to play with. So this is the, is it called T Slow Rex? Something like that. It's from Krea Junkie, which is a Danish pattern maker. And I'm trying to think, I think maybe she has some patterns that are available in English as well. She makes a lot of really cute stuffed toys. And this is actually knit, like there's no, well, there is seaming, but it's not like you knit an arm and then you seam it on, if that makes sense. So you pick up and then you knit the arm, for example, and you pick up for the, so for example for the leg, I picked up here, then I cast on some stitches here, I knit the leg, I added stuffing, and then I just seamed the bottom part here. So there are not really any loose items that you have to attach to the dinosaur, but there obviously are, for example, in the back of the head, you have to seam that down. Yeah, so it was quite, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it's just very different than knitting a sweater or a garment, because I think last year, well, 2 years ago, 2019, I knit Esther a teddy bear, but I didn't use a pattern, I just made it up as I went. So this is the first time I've knitted a stuffed toy using a pattern, and it's just different. Hi Esther. I forgot what I was talking about. I can talk about the yarn. I knit this using 3 strands of fingering weight yarn held together, which I really like the way that it turned out. The top part here, I used 2 strands of this green variegated color, and then I sort of ran a little out of that, and then I decided to, well, I didn't run out, but I didn't have a lot left, so in order to have enough for the legs, I switched, so I used 2 strands of the pink one, and then I ran out, and this, as you can see in the foot, and then I just added another green one. So yeah, but I feel like I was quite lucky with the way it turned out. He can actually stand up. He looks super cute when he stands up on his own. So T Slow Rex. She always has slow in the name of her patterns. So it's something, it's T-Rex, slow T-Rex, something like that. I also have a picture of him before stuffing on my Instagram profile, and I am tagging both the name of the pattern and also the designer on there. So if you want to see more of her designs, or just more of this guy knit up by other people, you can go there and have a look. Yes, and I stuffed him with, I had some wool, and then I didn't have enough, so I actually ended up cutting up a pair of pants that were supposed to go to recycling, to a secondhand store. I just cut those up and added that in here as well, so that worked out fine. I have two patterns left, not two patterns, two finished objects, but as I'm looking at them, I think maybe I have talked about them before. I'll show you anyway. I think maybe I've talked about them on a Patreon vlog or a Patreon podcast. If you don't know, I've started a Patreon where I do monthly vlogs, 1 or 2 a month, where it's just a video log about us here at home and our life and what we do and my business, which is now, I guess, on maternity leave. And then I do a podcast where I either do a podcast like this when I sit down and talk, or the last one I did was a podcast talking about future projects that I want to knit and what yarn I want to use and things like that. So you can go have a look if you want to go there and support me. That would be very nice. You don't have to, it's completely up to you, so just wanted to mention it. Anyway, I have these two baby knits. I'm going to talk about them quickly because if I feel like I have talked about these on Patreon, I don't want to talk too much about them again. I have this teeny tiny little sweater that is a pattern by Petite Knit, the Friday sweater. This is the smallest size, and I knit this out of my own yarn, which is a 50% non-superwash merino and a 50% silk. I ran out of the sort of cool grey color, unfortunately, so I had to do a bit of reverse striping, which is okay, but I would have preferred it to be just a uniform stripe all the way down. The sort of grey one is called Cold Sand, and the corally orange is called Pup. I had to redo this a couple of times because, as you can see, the neckline is quite small. This is a size 0 to 1 month old. I ended up casting on for the 1 to 2 month old and then knitting it back and forth, adding a snap in the back, so there's actually going to be room for a baby's head. I don't know, like I don't know if people are able to get these over a baby's head, honestly, because it's tiny, and I know I'm not using the yarn used in the pattern, which is a 100% wool, and it may be a little more stretchy because there's not any silk in that, but still. But I'm happy with how it turned out. So I knit this one, and then I knit this little romper as well, which is a pattern by Line Holme Samsø, another Danish knitwear designer, and I love the back of this. It's called the Charlie romper. I really like that ribbed pattern on the back. This is knit in a wool by Tusindfod. It's no longer in production. It's just a 100% non-superwash wool. Yeah, I'm not going to talk more about those. I think I have talked about them. And then I have just one more pattern in the making that I'm knitting on. Since I'm now done with this, I've been working on this one and then this one for the last while. So I am knitting a suit for the baby for the fall and winter that we can use when we're going on walks or for nap times and things like that. Here in Denmark, it's custom that babies and small kids nap outside in the stroller, so they generally don't sleep inside except at night. So we needed something warm for that. So I'm knitting this, I'm knitting the Monday suit, but I am Monday suit by Petite Knit. So we have Wednesday, Monday, and Friday. It's a little confusing. But I'm doing some modifications to this. I am knitting this on larger needles. I'm knitting this holding 2 strands of yarns together.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Skin. Because I think the original pattern has a gauge of 28 stitches per 10 centimeters. I don't know what this is. Maybe 18 stitches per 10 centimeters, something like that. So I've cast on for the 2 to 4 month size, hoping that I'm gonna get a suit that will fit a baby from 6 to 12 months, maybe a little more. Following the directions for the 2 to 4 months old, just with a bigger yarn, bigger needles and thicker yarn. Then I plan to just knit the sleeves without any decreases, because the baby's gonna have clothes underneath, so it has to be just some loose and roomy sleeves. The same thing goes for the legs, just straight down. Yeah, I'm using different types of yarn. This is my own yarn, which is a non-superwash 100% organic merino, held together with this, which is something from my stash. I think it's a Drops alpaca yarn, maybe. I'm also using this, which I know is a baby alpaca from Peru that my sister brought home for me some years ago. I'm saving this to use around so I've used them for the top part of the yoke, and then I want to use it for the sleeves as well, because it's very soft, and this is soft too, but some people do have, myself included, sensitivity to alpaca, and if we do end up putting the baby out on a not warm day, but a day where I think, okay, it's too much to actually have maybe long sleeved underneath or something like that, then I want to make sure that the sleeves are there's no itch, basically. And the same thing that for the neck, that the baby this part may touch the baby's neck and there may not be any cloth underneath, or just touch the baby's neck directly. So I wanted that to be very soft as well. Yeah, I think that's all that I'm working on at the moment. I have plans to hopefully, before the baby's here, I would really like to knit myself I want to finish that suit, and then I would love to knit a vinterhætte by, I'm just gonna find it here on my phone, by Knitting for Olive, which is, it's not a balaclava, which is very popular, at least here in Denmark at the moment, but it's like a hoodie thingy. It's like a cowl with a hood on. And let me see if it's, where is it? Anyways, I'm gonna keep talking. And my plan is to knit that, because I know I'm gonna carry the baby a lot in a carrier, also outside, and the baby's head is gonna be here, so I won't be able to close my jacket. I just want something that could keep me warm on my chest, so I can have that underneath and then the baby on top of it basically, and then I have the hoodie to just take on and off as I need. Okay, why don't they have any pictures of it? I thought I saw one. Here it is. You can see. I don't know if you can see it. So it's just knit and stockinette stitch with a hoodie on. Planning to knit one for me. I'm actually also thinking about, because the pattern has sizes for, I think it has 3 sizes, and I think one of them is, I don't know if it's baby or if it's kids, but I thought it would be quite nice to have one for the baby as well, to just warm down the back. So I could put it on and then have it outside the carrier maybe, to keep the back warm. I don't know. Thinking a little bit about that as well. So that's the next thing I want to cast on once I'm done with the suit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop now. I think Esther's only been here twice, so that's lovely. And I have to do some packaging and yeah, sorting of stuff. There's a lot of things going on because we're moving, so I want to do that now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon again, I hope. Bye.